This is the Star News Brief. I'm Mark Gitau. A quiet but determined campaign is underway to push ODM leader Raila Odinga to the 2027 presidential race and scuttle President William Ruto's bid for a second term. The Star can authoritatively reveal the plot spearheaded by a section of powerful Mount Kenya operatives is gaining momentum, with emissaries discreetly dispatched to persuade Raila Odinga to mount what will be final political offensive. The logic: the ground is too hostile against Ruto, and any plot to scuttle his second term, including having Raila Odinga to the ballot, will easily be embraced by the agitated Central Kenya voters. Get a copy of the Star by subscribing to our e-paper with only 40 shillings through www.mgazeti.com. Former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i has called off a much-anticipated tour of Mount Kenya, sparking speculation about deep political undercurrents surrounding his entry into active politics. The three-day tour, scheduled to start on Thursday in Embu and Meru counties, was abruptly cancelled, described as a precautionary measure following intelligence reports of a planned disruption had been mobilized to attack Matiang'i and Trojan Star chaos. A parliamentary committee has called for a special audit of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission's pending bills to verify the legitimacy of the claims. The Justice and Legal Affairs Committee of the National Assembly raised concerns over the IEBC's 3.9 billion shillings debt, a substantial portion of which 2.7 billion Kenyan shillings is attributed to legal fees. An additional 316 million is owed for logistics, primarily to the Postal Corporation of Kenya, while 920 million Kenyan shillings falls under the miscellaneous bills. Activist Martin Mavenjina had been away for his family, attending a conference in Johannesburg since the last Monday. The lawyer had hoped to be back home over the weekend in Nairobi, unaware a deportation scheme was afoot. Once Mavenjina landed on Sunday night at the JKIA, he told the Star in a phone interview his Ugandan passport was stamped at his papers were in order and he was allowed by immigration to proceed into Kenya. But a few minutes later, he said he was summoned back and the immigration officers confiscated his passport and a questioning session ensued. He was then detained and by 12:05 a.m. his passport and ticket were returned to him. MPs have mounted pressure on Kenya Power to recover 274 million Kenyan shillings that was paid to a consultant who was supervising the last mile connectivity project. This follows a query by Auditor General Nancy Gathungu that there were no evidence the consultant hired during the Uhuru Kenyatta era delivered the assignment to warrant the payment. In a report for the year June 30th, 2021, the auditor reported that site visits by auditors revealed no evidence of the consultant's presence at the sites. Get a copy of the Star by subscribing to our e-paper with only 40 shillings through www.mgazeti.com.